One of the things I really respect IOG for is they never fall foul to industry pressures to release inferior products or rush code through to appease the community and silence the naysayers. See, in blockchain development, narratives have formed the idea that shipping code fast is some kind of achievement, but this act is highly short-sighted and commonly results in far more significant delays or breakdowns further down the road. Since the very beginning, Cardano identified it's the careful considerations and actions that are taken today that will deliver the strength and unmatched capabilities of tomorrow. Many other actors in this space remain critical, but they haven't worked out yet. Cardano is playing a different game and holds itself accountable under a completely different set of rules. Throughout history, many outcomes were greatly improved by the things that delayed them. Keep this in mind. Cardano didn't set out to create a global operating system and all the good that will come from it because it is easy, but is determined to achieve this because it is hard. Welcome back for today's installment of Cardano Insights, delivering a fast-paced, bite-sized roundup of the all-important Cardano news and ecosystem content from the past 24 hours. So join me as I explore exactly what's been happening at the very pulse of Cardano. So let's get straight into it. So yesterday we got the monthly 360 update, and some interesting insights came off the back of this into the progress on Vasil. Noticeably, it was a shorter episode than we're used to, and I think this is a sign of just how busy the team at IO are in delivering what is going to be the most significant update, not just for Cardano, but probably in the blockchain space in general. Delays are frustrating, and I'm sure equally IOGs share this frustration, but it's evident that they're working around the clock to get this done. So as I mentioned earlier in the week, we've got a new version of the node 1.35.2, which has been released to testnet. It's currently in the final testing and benchmarking stage, so that's great news, and it would seem that Kevin was confident this should prove to be the version that ultimately goes to mainnet. So the new version of the node fixes issues that were found by dApp developers, SPOs, and also that were identified through internal testing. The main objective for this new version is to flush out the final issues and ensure that what is delivered doesn't disrupt the network in any way. There's some real positives to take away from this. As highlighted in the 360, the community support has been outstanding in achieving this. The fact that Cardano has such a competent community outside of IO is an extremely powerful thing. This is a great example of Cardano being a collaborative project. Remember, IO doesn't have all the answers, and it's just as much the responsibility of dApp developers and SPOs as it is for IO to ensure smooth delivery and network health when considering an update of this magnitude. In a similar respect, this also provides a great insight to how a project with Cardano's vision is actually going to deliver on its mission. What Cardano is doing is laying out granite-like foundations off the back of solid design principles. This is what will prove to be the enabler of a world operating system. One criticism, or at least a drawback at this stage, is the amount of tooling and infrastructure available. This is exactly where the highly intelligent and capable community outside of IO really come into their own. As we've seen on countless occasions, solutions and tooling and infrastructure is being actively delivered from the community in collaboration, which is the only way you achieve something on this scale that Cardano is intending to deliver. With this community, there really is no limit to how far this blockchain can succeed, and this is why I always maintain it's the community that is Cardano's greatest weapon. Now back to the delay of Vasil for a moment, I think this could really prove to be fruitful for the Cardano ecosystem. There are actually a number of benefits that it's taken longer than expected to deliver. First and foremost, the additional time, testing and revisions to the node gives a much higher level of assurances that when it does go live, it's going to be smooth and prevent any kind of disruption that could be pretty significant if this careful approach wasn't implemented. Like I said in my intro, I really respect IO for this approach. This is what makes Cardano great and is one of the things that differentiates it from other chains. Delays are for the benefit of the ecosystem. If you're frustrated by it, I guess you have to ask yourself the question, would you prefer user issues post-Vasil? This would only lead to negative coverage in the media and across other communities alike. This just demonstrates the standard IO are working to, raising the bar when it comes to the quality of delivery, and it's this approach that we'll all benefit from for years and decades to come. Another benefit associated with the delay is the amount of additional time dApp developers have had to implement changes, bug fixes, enhancements, and audit their protocols. We're all anticipating some real big deployments coming soon to the ecosystem. I'm pretty sure this additional time to work through the Vasil upgrade in hindsight is going to be very beneficial for smooth launches. Remember yesterday when I spoke about doing DeFi differently? This considered approach that aims for perfection is fundamentally what is going to produce this. Patience is key here. So back to the progress. From the information Kevin provided, it seems we have a few more weeks to go before mainnet release. So considering the time that SPOs and exchanges will need to also be ready, if we get the upgrade mid to late August or early September, I don't see a problem with that. Just imagine how good the last quarter of the year is going to be with all the new dApps being deployed. Come January, things will look very different in our ecosystem, and any frustration about these delays will just be a distant memory. Kevin also provided some more info on the progress surrounding the new cost model. Real focus has been applied to the assessment of the execution costs for each of the Plutus primitives. Lots of time and energy by the Plutus team has gone into this. It includes over 160 different parameters that are designed to work with the new version of the node. The cost model enables all Plutus version 2 features, so that's reference scripts, reference inputs, inline datums. For end users and dApp developers, this will reduce the transaction cost with these enhanced benefits, which is going to be very impactful on the ecosystem. So dApp developers and users alike are soon to enjoy the benefits of lower transaction fees, and what's more, this will also be used in Hydra, so this is a very promising and important part of the Vasil upgrade. We also got this update from Arnaud, the tech architect for Mithril. He discussed items such as continued testing and bootstrapping of the node. This is the time it takes to download and verify a snapshot of the chain state certified by Mithril signatures, which ultimately increases wallet speed. So short term they'll be open sourcing the Mithril code and in turn continue ironing out some creases relating to documentation and core features. What's interesting here is once the code is open source and the website is live, then SPOs and developers will be able to interact with Mithril on the testnet. So some real significant progress is being made here, and we'll definitely be keeping track of all Mithril developments on this channel. We then got this brief update on Project Catalyst. The team confirmed that 1,000 assessors have completed 20,000 reviews on 1,200 proposals, working out the quality of submissions in Fund 9. The veteran assessors then review all assessments, and it's at this point that everything is loaded into the voting app for the community to finally vote on the fund. I've dropped some links below on how to register and vote on Catalyst if you want to be involved. What was really interesting about this segment was we also got an insight to the progress on governance, specifically relating to delegation and DREPs, which is actually going to be introduced in Fund 10. So this is where we'll have the ability to delegate voting power to a chosen rep or reps. This is quite big for increasing participation on the road to governance, as not everyone, myself included, has the time or deep enough level of understanding to make real quality assessments on all Catalyst proposals. Implementing this structure is going to enhance the quality of votes, and also in effect contributes technically to further decentralizing the ecosystem. As of now, there's been over 250 DREP signups already, which is a great indication again of how the Cardano community is extremely well engaged. Finally, the 360 also covered Babel fees, an interview with Book Token and Voltaire, which I've already featured on this channel in detail, so I won't go over this again. But if you haven't seen it already, I've linked the 360 update in the description below for you to check it out. Now to something that I've been meaning to cover on this channel for a while, in oracles. They don't really get the same exposure as, say, many of the front-facing DeFi dApps are afforded, as from an average user's point of view, we rarely put much consideration to the importance of the solutions that they bring to the world of blockchain. But oracles play a pivotal role in connecting blockchains to external systems, thereby enabling smart contracts to execute based on inputs and outputs from the real world. Oracles provide a way for a decentralized Web3 ecosystem to access existing data sources, legacy systems, and advanced computations. Decentralized Oracle networks enable the creation of hybrid smart contracts, where on-chain code and off-chain infrastructure are combined to support advanced decentralized applications that react to real-world events and interoperate with traditional systems. So a basic example of an Oracle in action, let's assume Alice and Bob want to bet on the outcome of a sports match. Alice bets $20 on a team A and Bob bets $20 on team B, with the $40 total held in escrow by a smart contract. When the game ends, how does a smart contract know whether to release the funds to Alice or Bob? The answer is it requires an Oracle mechanism to fetch accurate match outcomes off-chain and deliver it to the blockchain in a secure and reliable manner. So oracles in effect are programs that connect real-world off-chain data to on-chain applications. A great example of this is Chainlink on Ethereum. But while Chainlink is blockchain agnostic, its native chain Ethereum has recently had issues with scaling and high transaction fees. So check this out from Charli3, which is a decentralized oracle for the Cardano blockchain. They recently gave us this update stating, "I don't know about you, but we smell a working oracle close to birth. Exciting times ahead, folks, coming round the corner." This is pretty exciting news, and another example of when we talk about all the pieces having to come together to form a truly functional ecosystem, oracles are a necessity. Although many decentralized oracles are blockchain agnostic, there is still a lag and barrier to entry between oracles interacting with chains they are not native to. For example, a decentralized oracle may have an excellent network on Ethereum's blockchain and interacts with Ethereum-based projects perfectly. However, when trying to interact with Cardano, there is an additional barrier regarding integration and therefore adoption. Charli3 finds that niche within the Cardano ecosystem. By being native to Cardano's blockchain, coded 100% in Plutus, it will have the lowest barrier to entry for functioning as the standard decentralized oracle for all Cardano-based projects. The added benefit of being on the Cardano blockchain includes the agility of the network and being in a low transaction fee environment. While these advantages may seem subtle, the growth of any decentralized oracle relies on its adoption. Charli3 is aiming to be the clear choice for any projects building on the Cardano blockchain to use as their oracle solution. With all the dApp development in progress and imminent arrival of some major ones coming post Vasil, the news that a decentralized Cardano oracle is also very much near ready to go is another great bit of news on how well things are progressing in the Cardano ecosystem. So that's it for another installment and week of Cardano Insights. If you enjoyed today's video and found value in the content, then please be sure to comment, share, like, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone tuning in each weekday. It doesn't go unnoticed and really helps Sapien reach that wider audience to spread those positive Cardano vibes. We'll be back soon with your daily roundup. Until then, thanks for watching, have a great weekend, and as always, keep it Cardano.